Hello everyone, thank you for being here. I am Woman on Tour, I am a backpacker, I am a therapist, and I want to help the people who are suffering in their life, suffering in their existence, and I want to help them to find how the emotional and spiritual intelligence can help the people to feel much better in their life and to create a coherent success in their life. Today, I'm pleased to welcome with me a friend of me. I want to introduce her to you because she has so many things to share. Trust me. And you're gonna see in this video all the tips she has to give you. She can give you about how stop suffering, how to do when you are feeling bad in your job. And she also has a specific message for us about her vision of the future world. That's incredible. Please stay with us. You're gonna learn a lot. Trust me. So my friend, I want to introduce you Sabine MARKNER. She's from Germany and now living in Sifnos, and she dedicates her life to spiritual subjects like relaxation, meditation. She helps people to find their inner peace, which is, I think, very important nowadays. And she also helps the people to prevent from burnout, this kind of things. But I don't tell more. I let her introduce herself. Hello, Sabine. How are you?
I'm fine. Yes. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
It was so nice to meet you here on the island.
Thank you. It's my pleasure too.
My pleasure too.
So please, Sabine, for the people who are watching this video, can you introduce yourself with your words?
Yes. I also know you wanted to know my old profession. Yeah. So I'm a civil engineer. I'm 57 years old and on my spiritual path since 14 years. And since my childhood, I asked myself, oh, it is impossible to have only one profession because I have had such a lot of talents. And I couldn't believe to make my profession for every time until I will die. And yes, I think that was the beginning of my spirituality without knowing it. But I also read pictures in my childhood when I was 13 years old from Kübler-Ross and Dr. Murphy. Kübler-Ross is a woman, she did a book of after-death experiences, people who died and came back to the life. And yes, I guess that was the beginning, and I had such a lot of questions in my childhood and in my life, and these questions ended when I started my conscious spiritual living and path.
So you started being spiritual very early in your life, like
without knowing it.
Without knowing
it.
Reading books, very important.
Reading books and every time asking.
Yes.
Asking questions. Nobody could answer. Mm-hmm. And from 2002 on, from this year, the questions ended.
Wow. You're gonna tell us more a little bit later. Yeah. Could you please explain a little bit more about your job? Because I know you quit this job to do something else.
Yes, I was a very successful civil engineer, very powerful. I had a lot of success, but only working, about 80 hours, 90 hours a week.
Wow, that's a lot.
I had big challenges and big buildings to build. The last one of the last biggest was the airport in Hamburg. And the new airport in Hamburg, and I saw such a lot of colleagues having sickness and going into the hospital because of heartache and other things, and I saw people dying so early because of this stress. And there came the day when I asked myself, oh my God, that's it. And I quit at first that job, that kind of job with such a lot of stress, and I went into a public institution to work there. I worked there for 14 years. But someday I had an experience which changed my life.
Really?
Yes. I got to know a woman, and she wanted to visit me one day. We became friends. And at that day, I got an incredible migraine.
Wow.
Migraine?
Migraine, yeah, it's clear.
And I've never had before, and not after that time. Only once in my life I got a migraine. I thought I had to go through the wall.
When meeting this woman?
Before meeting this woman, in my house. We had a date. And I wanted to phone, to call her, to say, oh, please let us change our date. But at that moment she knocked at the door. And she came inside, and I said, oh my God, I have such a headache. I wanted to cancel our meeting. And she said, oh, if you want, I give you some energy. And I didn't ask what she meant. And I said, oh yes. And she said, oh, sit down. I sat down. And she said, I will do something with you, and after 5 minutes, watch at the clock. I will stop, tell me when 5 minutes are gone, and then it should be better. And I sat down, and she put her hand on my head, and she started, and after 2 seconds, it was like a Hoover taking my headache out of my head, and it was gone after 2 seconds.
Wow.
It was incredible. But I waited, and after 5 minutes I said to her, okay, it's gone, thank you very, very much. And she said, when did it go? And I said, after 2 seconds. Oh, you can stop after 2 seconds. I said, you didn't tell me. So, and I asked, oh, what was that?
Yeah, sure.
And she said, you can learn.
You can learn.
You can learn it. It's also in that town I lived. And I said, yes. And that was the work with the human universal energy.
Ah, okay. She was from the US?
Yes, she was a member from HUISA.
HUISA. So maybe you can explain a little bit more to the people. What is HUISA?
HUISA is an academy of human universal energy and spirituality.
Okay.
And it's a possibility like Reiki.
Like
but
Reiki.
another kind of energy work to come in harmony with the body, soul, and spirit.
Yes.
By using the universal energy, which is taking care of everything, and which is our source. And I said I have to study this.
So you mean, if I understand well, you were a civil engineer in the public institution, and then you met this woman.
Yes.
Who did something completely crazy.
Yes.
She helped you with this migraine, just without touching you,
yes.
With the
only
invisible...
by laying her hand on my
That's
head.
it. This is the invisible energy. And then you thought, there is something
Yes.
I have to learn,
Yes.
So you were curious.
Yes, it was a spark inside of me that told me I have to learn.
Okay.
And immediately I went to the center and asked for the next seminar, and I did the next seminars.
While
very quickly.
keeping your job.
Yes.
A civil engineer.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So then you started learning about what finally?
About using the universal energy for our harmony inside of us to balance body, soul, and spirit.
Okay.
To
Good.
become health.
Amazing program.
Yes.
Okay. So I know then you quit this job. What happened? How did you take your decision? What does it take to quit a job, such amazing job?
Oh, it was not immediately.
Okay.
It took some time to take the right time to stop, to quit the job.
The right time.
Because it also had to have a sense for other people. And I did my spirit. Walked on my spiritual path, going on doing these seminars, and every seminar was accompanied by a new frequency I reached and I got by the instructor.
Frequency.
Okay. And this frequency was like a pushing in the spirituality, but also in less suffering. And that also was a possibility to get for more feeling inside of me, feeling who I am, who I really am, and what I really need, and why I am suffering, and why such a lot of people are suffering, but why I'm suffering too, and how to get out of this suffering. And then I recognized my soul inside of me, but it's a way of feeling, not the way of thinking. So it's important to become silent, to feel inside of you. That's very important.
Okay.
And someday I said, okay, I will stop doing things I don't want to do because they make me suffering. And that was also the decision of my soul to talk to me, don't do things you don't want to do. Don't do things where there is no passion inside of you. Don't do things where you are not happy. Only do things where are your potentials, what you love to do, and the suffering will stop. So don't do what others want you to do. Don't fulfill expectations. Mm-hmm. Don't accept limitations, and don't accept conditioning of your life and your body and soul and spirit.
That's very, very inspiring, and I guess all the people who are gonna watch this video, maybe they're gonna think about themselves too. And can you explain a little bit more, how exactly did you find this inner peace, this inner silence, and how did you find your soul? You know, because sometimes for the beginners it can be completely abstract.
Yes. I found this silence and the possibility to listen to my soul by this technique of Huiza.
Okay.
These are techniques and they are very easy to handle in modern life too. By meditation, by breathing, and energy techniques for your body,
okay,
and for other people.
Yeah.
These three basic techniques. But now I can say after 14 years the most important is to be in the moment, and to be in that present moment is supported by meditation.
Okay.
But meditation isn't only to sit there, close the eyes and say Om or something like that.
For sure.
Or becoming silent. No, meditation is also when you are doing things very consciously. You are concentrating on, for example, cooking, or how you are walking, or concentrating on your breath. And that is meditation too.
Okay, so you said things very, very interesting, and I was wondering, for people suffering in their job, maybe who are in a sort of burnout, what advices would you give to these people?
The most important is the intention to change. So you can't got help from anyone else if you don't want to change. If you don't want, nobody else is able to. Because only you are responsible for your life, nobody else.
So you don't advise to change the environment, to change the boss, to change the colleagues?
No.
Good to know.
No. the people in your surrounding which are treating you and you are suffering about it, that means you are not on your right path. It's the cry of the soul. The biggest cry is to get cancer. That's my opinion. The biggest cry of the soul that you're not on your life path, on your developing path of life, is when you have problems in your life. But these problems are also challenges to change you into a life of less suffering, to face your problems. When you don't face your problems, they will come back through another person. That's it.
That's it. Wow, amazing program. It's very interesting because most of the time we hear, well, if you are not fine in what you do in your job, just try to be different, to act different with the colleagues, with the boss. We always think it's the responsibility of the others. But no, finally not. And you say that. You have to change yourself.
Yes.
And you have to the intention to change.
Yes.
That's the point.
These are signs in the outer world what is not transformed in your inner space.
Yeah.
The outer world is the presence of the unconscious people with all the problems, with all their untransformed parts in their body, in their soul, in their spirit, not soul, in their spirit. These are the things that are happening in the outer world. And it's like a mirror.
Like a mirror.
So if you change, you can watch outside and you will see
Sorry.
if something changed in a good way. Oh, that's me. Because you attract what you are thinking
Yeah, you attract what you are thinking of.
and what you are being.
Yeah, that's very important because generally we say that all our thoughts are who we are, and
A reflection, yes.
how we think it's gonna be our life.
Yes,
So pay attention to your thoughts.
yes,
You're right.
yes, that's right.
That's right.
And start to think without limitations.
I love to hear that.
Because what makes us most suffering is our own limitations, our expectations. Expect the unexpected is better, and be surprised what is happening then. The conditioning in the outer world, and you're willing to these conditionings, but that means you have to become aware of these conditionings, to question every time, is that something I want? Is that what feels good for me? The feeling is the most important thing.
Yeah.
Because you can feel inside, everybody felt something when coming into a house and felt something, oh, something is wrong here. That's
Yeah.
the energy. That's the energy.
Energy.
That's also the energy inside of you that tells you, oh, something is not wrong, or something is not good, or something is good.
Yeah. Most of the time we do not pay enough attention to those feelings who are clearly leading us on the right path,
Yes.
finally.
We let us lead.
Yeah. So now, you quit your job.
Yes.
How old were you when you quit your job?
45.
Wow. So you can do that. I mean,
Equal how old you are, yes.
Exactly, thank you.
If you are doing the things you want to do, and that's why I am doing not only one profession now, I'm working in a lot of professions. Where are my potentials? And I also studied these things. I got to know much more knowledge, but alternatively. Not what is, that means in health, I studied other things with herbs, alternative methods. I started to get knowledge with free energy. I show people now how to use free energy in their home, and I studied. Now I have a hole in my brain.
Okay, so
I make a small cut here on this place.
maybe not. It's funny.
I please you to cut it. Okay. Yes, and I let me lead by my soul. What happened? Sometimes I was led to a computer page in internet talking about theta healing or quantum healing, and I felt I had to know more.
You felt it.
Yes, I felt. It was like a need. You feel inside what your soul wants you to know, wants you to do, maybe also wants you to plan different. I was a woman who did a lot of plans in the past, but now I'm able to change immediately. If my soul wants me crazy things doing, no, change your ticket to Brazil to a ticket to Australia. So I do without knowing why. But a bit later, if you're doing that way, you will know. You will know immediately why. You will know the sense why. Because you are needed there at a special place where you were led to go.
That's very interesting to mention, because now you are spiritual and we could think you always were spiritual, but it's not the case. You were in the past a civil engineer. It means you were very realistic woman, very pragmatic, and that's important to say, because when we talk about spirituality, some people says, oh, okay, it's not for me. It can be if you are open-minded, right?
Yes. And it is the need to be spiritual because we are spiritual. We are spiritual. We are only spirit. But this spirit is living in that body. That's the only difference. We are spirit. And after death, we are spirit. The spirit never dies. So we are spiritual because we are spirit. We have to recognize that we are spirit, that we are spiritual, and why we are here. We will get to know why we are on earth. Everybody.
Yeah. So, can you tell us your vision of this world? Because sometimes when we watch the flash news on television, we can be very quickly sad, angry, and not optimistic about the future. What's your mind about it?
Yes, it is. I talked about, if you want another world, be as you want to be the world. If you want a peaceful world, you have to be peaceful. You have to find your inner peace. And every talking which is not peaceful, like I fight against something, that also means there is a fight inside of you. You are not peaceful.
Exactly.
But if you say, I am for peace, it's a different meaning.
Exactly.
Then I fight against war. So that means accept what is. If you accept anything, everything, you are in peace. So you will be the change because of your thinking, because of your being. So if you want the outer world to live and to be in peace, you have to be the peace at first.
But how do you do that? I mean,
I try to do every day.
try.
I also have my faults. Oh my God, I'm not perfect, and we are not born to be perfect.
Yeah.
That's good, because no. But I try to be. That means I am watching. I'm facing myself in my actions, and I take responsibility. If I remark that I did something I don't want to talk about wrong. I did something unconsciously.
Okay.
It's better. Which I don't want in the new world everybody wants, where is peace and love and harmony. Then I face these situations because it makes me maybe angry or sad, and I watch why I'm angry, why I'm sad, why did I talk in such a way which is not so good. So good, that means the world I want to see. And then I change. But it's consciously facing your habits, your feelings, your actions, and then the intention is very important, the intention to change. And so you are exercising every day consciously to live a much more conscious life, and that means you take responsibility of what you are doing, and you change the way of 95% living unconsciously, subconsciousness, into consciousness.
And according to you, why is there so many people, you said maybe 99% living unconsciously? Why? Why are we talking about alternative things? Why is not as common as it should be?
Oh, I guess it is. That's my opinion. It is not written anywhere. Oh, it is written. It is written like that in this story. Le petit soleil, le petit dame et le soleil.
La petite dame et le soleil.
La petite dame et le soleil.
Nous allons tous lire ce livre. We're gonna all read this book.
This is, it's a very good book of a man from Neil Walsh who was a homeless man.
Okay.
And someday the light went into this man, and he heard voices, and he wrote everything into a book. And this book is now a bestseller. It's translated in such a lot of languages.
That sounds a little bit religious, no? Isn't it?
It's it was a message, messages that were messages of God. That doesn't mean religion. I don't think in religions or churches, because churches and religions are separating. But we are all from the one, from one source. Some people call it God, some people call it nirvana, some people call paradise, some people call it Buddha. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. They feel that there is something inside of them, a spark which unites everybody and everything, every plant, every animal, every human being, every other civilizations with us. We are not the only civilization on this planet Earth, in this universe. And yes, and I guess it was like the planet Earth is like a planet for studying. But this for studying from where we are, from where we come from, and for become the same as the Creator. That means to become a creator as the Creator. And but it's too easy to come on Earth and knowing who we are, because
too easy.
if we only know that we are the light, and that's because of the story, the little light talking to God, you can compare what is good, what is fault, to recognize what is the best of you, to recognize this power of light and creation, and to experience it. And I guess it's like in a school. Planet Earth is like in the school where are coming souls on Earth, but they forgot from where they are.
That's the
And
problem.
they have to find their way back to be the creator, to be the light, by knowing the duality, the polarity. So now I'm working at first as a kind of as a consultant, like two persons in one, a civil engineer and a jurist, a special kind of law. But there are needed two persons, a civil engineer and somebody who knows about laws. But I know about these things. I also taught 10 years at university, the people who went into the public institutions. And so people know me, and it is like a monopoly. And therefore I'm able to work on Sifnos, in Australia,
Wow.
in Bangkok, where I am traveling, and where my
We
soul
all
lets
want
me
the same.
to.
I mean,
want
at
it,
least
but-
I want the same.
Yes, but I wanted. I wanted to travel because I felt I had to travel, and also because of the seminars I'm taking part at from HUISA, worldwide seminars, and so I wanted. So I created it, and now I'm living it.
Wow.
I have a job in this kind of profession, where the money comes from for living and for traveling.
It's better.
But I also do other things. I am a coach for people, a spiritual leader. It's too much leader. I'm supporting people on the spiritual path, so if they want spiritual guidance or accordance,
Spiritual
I-
guidance. Yeah.
I offer this too, especially on this island, because it's a very
It's a good place for that.
it's a good place and it's a good energy there.
I felt it immediately when I arrived there.
Yes,
It's amazing.
but I will also do other where we are planning. But my soul said yes, you have to do. A friend of mine is starting a big center in Sardinia, and she wants me to.
Where is it?
It's a French island. No, Italian island, Sardinia.
Oh, okay, I got it. You got it before me? Okay. You're good.
Yes.
La Sardaigne.
Les Sardines, yes. And she wants me to support people there by doing some workshops. These are, I am a pragmatical woman, a civil engineer. That's why I search for pragmatical things, especially for men who are very pragmatical and don't have such a feeling and sense for spirituality.
Yeah, emotional intelligence.
Yes, they think it is only esoteric.
Yeah, and for women.
But there is a science that it is pragmatical too. And but for these people, I do some workshops in reading in the morphogenetic field. That was first step for me too, to talk to my soul later. But it's the first step for people to get in connection with the invisible world, with your soul, and with the morphogenetic field. And there are techniques. There are practical techniques, but you need 5 days. I started also with 2 days, but because the people don't think that don't trust in themselves, they need much more than 2 days
Okay.
to do it. Yes, so it's important to do this mostly at this moment. Maybe in 1 year it's not needed, but now, because most of the people have problems to do these steps,
Exactly.
to have trust in what they experience in this new kind of thinking, listening, feeling. and they don't trust they don't trust in their new senses, because we were born not only with our 5 senses, we have much more senses, and there we are using the other senses, like telepathy, it's the same. And that's why it is so important that they take part on 5-day workshops. It's better to become the trust in themselves.
Sure.
Only because of the techniques,
to learn enough.
It's enough 2 days, but 5 days is better.
Yeah,
They told me to cut the 2-day seminars to do the 5-day seminars. They told me, and I'm every time listening to my soul and to the higher beings. They tell me what's the best for the people who will come. That's very nice.
That's a huge program.
Yes, and the other things is the spiritual guidance I talked about, and helping people with health by Huiza seminars, by Theta healing. I did study Theta healing. I'm a Theta healing practitioner, also, as well as quantum healing.
Laughter yoga trainer.
Yes, I'm laughter yoga trainer. Yes,
that's the difference.
Yes, it's also meditation.
Such a smiling woman. You have to mention it.
Oh yes, I forgot. Thank you very much.
My pleasure.
Yes, these are the main things that I do. Alternative things in health, and go other ways, and discover other fields. Also with the help of the invisible world, because everything you need is only yourself. You don't need, if you're very experienced and very exercised, you don't need the computer. You don't need anything when going everywhere. You can be connected everywhere, and you can read like in a book or in a translator or in a Google translator or in internet, so you can know, you have the access to everything of knowledge, everything of knowledge, as well as yourself.
Well, Sabine, you talk a lot about the soul, and you said a lot that you talk to your soul.
Yes.
Shortly, in a few short explanation, can you tell us how do you do that?
Now, I'm doing like that. I sit down, close my eyes, and I try to relax.
Okay, I try to do it at the same time.
I concentrate. If you can't relax, only concentrate on your breathing, exhaling, inhaling.
Yeah.
It's easy. And then I start to talk to my soul. Hello, my dear soul. Do you have to tell me something interesting? Or do you have an advice for me? Or is it good to do this or that? Or give me a sign what is better to do. What do you think about this and that? Or what do you want me to do next step?
Yeah.
The questions you have, every question.
Yeah, finally is listening to us deeply.
Yes.
Your small voice. We all have.
Yes.
And we do not listen to enough.
Yes, it is a small and a much more silent voice than the other voices, because we also have the ego and the brain.
That's the thing.
And our mind.
Yes. Okay.
Yes, and that is expressed by the things we are conditioned. So we have to separate what our ego is saying and what is our soul saying. And that you can also learn in this 5 days seminar, reading a morphogenetic field.
We're all gonna do it.
It's very pragmatical, because people need something to take, how to do this. It's easy to tell, yes, so come into silence and talk to your soul, but they don't know how and where do I have to take care of, and how to separate what is our ego, what is our brain, and what is really our soul or the higher beings. But it's exercising, but it's very important that you are exercising every day when you studied it, not to stop. And then you will, the last one is the good feeling. If you think it is the soul, but you have a bad feeling, it's not your soul.
Exactly. I know you are as well a medium woman. So I have a question to ask you. Maybe the people watching this video are gonna be curious as well. What's your vision of our future world? Did you see something for us?
Yes. As at first, I want to talk about medium. It is nothing special to be a medium. I haven't been a medium before. I didn't know that I could be a medium.
Really?
When you are going this path, the spiritual path, we will automatically become a medium because you will be connected to everything. So you can talk to a plant or to the higher beings, to everywhere.
Wow.
And that's the medium work, because you will discover everything that is inside of you, and that will make you also be able to self-healing.
Self-healing?
Yes.
Okay.
Because you will be able to face what makes you suffer, why are you sick, and how to face it and how to change the situation.
Okay.
This is also like being a medium, because you can also talk to your cells, and the cells are working together with you, with your thoughts.
Wow.
So you could talk to everything
Really?
like a medium, and you can activate your potential inside.
You mean everyone has a potential?
Yes, everyone. That's why I believe. No, it's like an inner wisdom that the new world won't need any doctors
Wow.
or ambulance,
Wow.
because we will be able to change ourselves, to heal ourselves, because everything is inside of us. Yes.
Wow. It's incredible to hear that, right?
Yeah, but it's true. But don't believe me. Don't believe anything I said. Find your own truth. You will feel the truth. Only feel, not think the truth. You will feel the truth inside of you. So these are my experiences I shared. Do your same.
Good.
You will find your truth. And that's the truth.
Wow. We learned a lot thanks to you. I'm so proud to know you. I'm so pleased that we did together and this interview. I want, in front of everyone, I want to thank you. Really tell you thank you for being there, for sharing with us all this information. Thank you, Sabine.
It was a great pleasure.
My
Thank you
pleasure
very much.
too. And as well, I want to thank you, Lynn, the manager of this place. We are, as I told you, we are in Camares, in the Cygnus Island, and here is the best place ever. We are in Bullis Hotel, and I really thank you, Lynn, who approved we did this interview here in her place. So thank you to her. She's around there. Thank you to you to be there and watch this video. And see you later, maybe, Sabine. I'm sure you're gonna
We will
have
meet again
new
once, I
followers.
know.
Thank you. And I'll tell you bye bye and see you soon. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.